Friggin' what up, dude? Strider Wilson, I'm the host of this podcast that's mine. Going to be called History is Dank. History is Dank with Strider Wilson. Dankness from the
Friggin' what up, dude? Welcome back to another ep of History is Dank, dude. I'm your host, Strider Wilson, dude. What up, Aaron? We got Aaron on the sticks, dude. What up, Aaron?
What up?
And we got my fucking dog in the house today, dude. A true legend. You are. Oh yeah, let's go, baby. Dude, we're still in party mode, dude. We were in Zona, dude.
That's right, dude.
Grady Eldridge on the pod. Happy to have you, bro.
What's up, man? I'm happy to be here.
Dude, thank you so much. We've been talking about this for a while, dude. Dude, height of the pandemic. We were in your backyard just doing man makers, bro.
Yeah, man.
And I was doing I remember 25s. And if you don't know what a man maker is, that's a push-up, 2 rows. Then you basically burpee up, clean the dumbbells, then full thruster press over your head.
Correct.
Guess what? Do it again.
That's right. That's right.
And you are the man. Happy to have you, dude. We're going to be talking a little bit of the Mexican Revolution, which you studied at ASU, correct?
Yeah, dude. I did. In the Mexican Revolution, it was a very personal story. So that whole depth of knowledge came from exploring I was raised by a woman who used to roll with Pancho Villa.
Whoa.
And so this whole expertise area, quote unquote, that's just a personal journey for me to connect to her more.
It's a passion.
Yeah.
That's great. And we love anything that can be personalized. And look, there's a lot of, you did great research for this. So first I'd like to credit Grady. I looked up a few things on my own just to hopefully keep up with the conversation. But basically today we'll be just giving you a nice layout of sort of the events and the characters. And then also you had a really interesting theme that we'll get into. But first, we fucking partied in the desert, bro.
Oh, yeah, we did, dude.
We fucking were out there. We did a nice show, Temporary Improv with our bros, Chad and JT. Shout out,
Correct.
what up?
Yep.
You crushed City'd it. And, dude, we went to Old Town, bro. Speaking of history.
Dude,
that's
yes.
That place is amazing.
It is so fucked up, isn't it?
Dude, it's like Cabo. It feels like that little strip of Cabo.
Dude.
We went there, dude. It's like truly an oasis of partying in the desert. You get there, it's just like,
yes,
fucking just smoke machines everywhere. Dude, the taco shops have smoke machines.
If you took the Las Vegas Strip and just bent it into a square, it's not very far away from that. I took my cousin there. And my cousin, he just goes, "How is this legal?"
Dude, exactly,
bro. What the fuck is going on? And I was like, dude, I know. And it's every night of the week. It's like this. And he's like, how is this possible?
I raged so hard, I got a sinus infection. That's how, and I wasn't even doing any white lightning, baby. Wasn't even dancing on, doing any frat powder.
That's the Scottsdale Purple Heart, dude.
Dude, thank you, bro. I got my Purple Heart, dude. And you've done a good amount of partying in the desert. I've
done a very good amount, yeah.
Let's just put it this way, and, hopefully we can talk about this. Look, we can edit anything out that we want to. But you're an ASU alum. But even more so than that, you're not just any ASU alum. You were the fucking Sun Devil himself.
I was Sparky the Sun Devil himself, dude.
Dude, that's amazing, bro.
Forks up, ripping push-ups at the games,
bro.
Coming in hot.
Let me ask you, speaking of hot.
What's up?
How brutal is it in that suit?
Very brutal. Very brutal, but you sweat all that water weight, dude. You take the suit off, come halftime, your abs are popping.
You're just shredded.
And you got that nice chest pump, dude. If ASU's doing well in that first half, second half, dude, you're getting a full ass workout. And I was like a good mascot, but I was like the best, worst mascot ever because you're not supposed to talk when you're a mascot.
Yeah.
I would talk, dude. I was chirping at fans. I was talking shit.
Yeah.
I was screaming my head off. I was ripping shots in the middle of the game.
As you should be.
Yeah, man.
How how official is this? Do you check in with somebody to get your thing? Do you have your own little locker room at the game, in the tunnel?
Yeah, we have our own little locker room. We have our whole little situation. There's one guy that oversees us, but we kind of are self-contained because there's a few different guys that do it.
Okay.
And so my first year doing it, I actually became the second guy because I could do the second most push-ups.
Well, let's fucking go.
And so I
How
came
many
on
is that? How many
dude, I ripped 150.
You ripped 150 push-ups.
Yes,
in the suit, in the heat.
Yes. Well, and a game, the most I did was probably more than that. But when you do the tryout and they kind of rank you, the old craggled vet, he was a grad school student. He did 165. He was a beast, dude.
Amazing.
He's a CrossFit champion now. He's an animal.
I used to talk shit on CrossFit, but I've come full circle. I'm like, I used to subscribe to the Kenny Powers mantra of like, what I want to be the best at exercise, like nerd dicks who do a triathlon, like go compete. Bro, it's fucking hard. CrossFit's hard, and you do compete. Like
it's tough, dude.
You're with the boys.
It's like anything else, right? Like it's the CrossFit fans. Like it's the culture, I think, that kind of turns me off of it. I don't like when anyone's too much into something. If you're too much of a fan of something, I'm like, what are you missing in your life?
Bro, for sure.
And it's with sports teams.
It's cultish.
Yes.
Bands.
That's what gets me about CrossFit. And then the people that have this like blind abandon into it, you're like, then that's when they start hurting themselves, and then it's hard. But if you do it right, you're going to be able to fuck me up.
For sure.
Every day of the week.
But here's the thing. You're a beast. So I think you would excel at it. Circling back to your Sparky days and in the stadium there. What's the name of that stadium in Arizona, ASU? I don't know.
Sun Devil Stadium.
Sun Devil Stadium. We were in the Uber together, cruising, breathing in fresh desert air,
man.
Pre-sinus infection. And you said, bro, if we get after it tonight, I know a way up to the lights.
Correct.
And that sounds romantic. And I even said, bro, let's fucking smoke a doobie on the 50-yard line.
Dazed and Confused style.
Exactly. And then you said, I've actually gone on a journey to those lights with a lady. If you would regale us with this saga, and I will try not to pop wood. Or maybe I will.
Pop some wood, dude.
Yeah, maybe I'll pop some wood.
Pop the wood.
Yeah.
I'll take a look at it. I'll admire
I won't
it.
utilize the wood.
Yeah, man.
This wood will be for none. This will be wood
We're not gonna,
to go.
Yeah.
You know, I treat my boners like a restaurant hostess or host. You know, if I have a boner in the morning, I ask my fiance, is this for one or for two? You know, how many in the party? And then if it's for one, then I go and I jack off.
Right.
This boner will be to go if I pop it.
You pick a nice slab of wood, dude, and then you work like a carpenter, then you work that wood later on.
Exactly, dude. Exactly, bro.
So basically, this light journey, getting on top of the lights, there's actually a deeper philosophy behind this thing.
Let's go.
And this is something I live by.
Let's go.
And if you want to, so basically, if you want to go on a good date, if you want to bond with anyone, but I used it with dates specifically, but you can do it with your boys, with anyone.
Love that.
There's a matrix I think you should follow.
Let's go.
The altitude to illegal ratio.
This is beautiful. This is what we're talking about.
Okay. If you want to go on a fantastic date, you have to navigate. It's like a X and Y axis. How high off the ground can you get versus how illegal can you do something?
Yeah.
So you can do something very illegal and very low to the ground.
Yep.
You can do something very legal and very high off the ground, or you can kind of find your way in the middle, do something pretty illegal and pretty high off the ground. So as I'm navigating, I'm thinking about this all the time because you're kind of triggering these like adrenaline points.
For sure.
When people are in these situations, they're going to be like fired up. They're going to be ready to go. And that's where you guys really break down. All the walls come down. You're in an experience together.
Yes.
So when I walk around life, if I see a high spot, I see a tall building, I see a fence perhaps that needs to be climbed over or underneath.
Absolutely.
I'm thinking, we got to take my boys there. We got to take a nice lady there. How can we make this an experience?
Bro.
So I see this picture of Pat Tillman, ASU
Absolute
legend.
fucking legend, bro.
Absolute
we need to do an
legend.
episode on Pat Tillman, dude. If you don't know who Pat Tillman is.
Bring me in for that shit, bro. I was
Yeah.
a Tillman scholar back in the day.
Okay,
dude.
well, you're got to come
I
back
got a whole
already.
thing. I did the miracle speech to get in.
Did you? Bro. Yeah.
When we were doing
Pat
it the other
Tillman's
night and we were on that,
Yeah.
we were walking into the improv.
Barn to be hockey player.
Dude.
We were barn to do this stand up.
Dude.
Boys.
Because we can't. Dude, so amazing. Anyway, so I see this picture of Pat Tillman on the lights. And I'm like, I'm going to find my way up there.
Yes.
So I take a couple days and I test run the experience. And so I find out that there's a front desk. You can get into the stadium without your credentials. You kind of give the person a nice smile, walk in confidently. They don't ask you a question. You go right to this elevator, get into the stadium. You just go up to the top. Then you climb a little fence. And then you pop out the press box. And you're on top of the light. Then you climb probably 12 feet up these lights.
It's a good amount.
Like a line. It's a large amount.
And a little sketch. If you fall, it has to be an element of danger.
Correct.
Dude, that's a beautiful mantra and matrix to follow because you get a little bit horny when you're breaking the rules.
You're getting so horny.
And then there's also something about every wealthy dude brings a woman on a glider in a movie.
Right.
That's elevated. That's
these dudes taking
altitude.
these girls in private airplanes and stuff. Very legal, very high off the ground.
Yes.
It's gonna be
if
a
you
potent
do
thing.
something illegal in that private jet, probably gonna be boning.
Even better, dude. That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
And so with this girl that I took to the lights, this was our second date was going to the lights.
Love that.
Our third date. Our first date, I took her to this abandoned plane yard, and it was on the reservation. You had to kind of hop some fences, whatever. We ended up getting a ticket from the reservation. They busted us in this abandoned plane yard.
Whoa.
So our second date was a court date. So we're in this illegal space. You know, we go to court together.
Dude,
we get like these
amazing.
$250 fines, and she's just like, "Oh my god, this is crazy." But
This
we're
guy's
both
a
getting
bad boy.
very, very, very horny. Third
Of
date, I say, "Let's go up
course.
to these lights." I take her along. We go in the shadow of darkness. You know.
Yes.
And then we climb up there, and I'm looking at her, and I go, "I think you like me." And she goes, "Dude, I just pulled some. Dude, I've never shot from the hip like that ever before or since." And she goes,
It was the altitude.
And dude, she goes, "Maybe." And I go, "I think you do, and I think we're gonna date." She goes, "We'll see." It was like it was like a Elmore Leonard book,
Let's
dude.
go, bro.
Yeah.
And you're on the lights. You're in the desert, dude. The desert
Oh,
comes
yeah.
alive at night.
The city lights.
Did you guys mac and cheese a little bit later?
Dude, we didn't.
You didn't even mac and cheese.
Dude, it was our
I
third
like
date.
that
We hadn't even
tease.
kissed, and yeah, she played it totally cool because I came on too strong, and she just shut it down. Enjoyed the experience. Next trip, dude, we go to Flagstaff, Arizona, go camping, and then it went all out.
Let's
It was over,
go,
dude. And
dude.
again, going to a mountain town, very legal, very high.
Yeah, and you know what? Yeah, altitude, Flagstaff. That's like technically a ski town. I found
Yeah,
that shit out.
Yeah, Snowball.
Love that fucking place.
Yeah, man. So altitude to illegal ratio, you navigate these things. You're trespassing. You're getting on top of a building.
Yep.
You will fall in love with either your boys or your girls.
Yep.
Works for anyone.
100%. Conversely, that's for falling in love. Conversely, if you want to break up,
Whoa.
go and get certified to scuba. That's a real
take her
cumbersome
underwater.
process, not fun. You go down, atmospheres of pressure, it's more
Yeah,
pressure.
100%.
As you raise altitude, pressure is relieved.
Right.
You submerge, pressure is mounting. So everything's checking up here.
Dude, it's cool when you're scuba diving too. Like you can't really communicate, so you have to use hand signals and stuff. You break up with her like this.
Yeah, yeah.
You're
go
doing
like
all your
that.
stuff.
She's like, you
and
can't
she's-
breathe.
Yeah.
One of you dies.
Yeah. You get to the surface. It's a little bit awkward, but you know.
Yeah. One of those fucking jellyfish that paralyze you. What are those things called? They start like
Manivore?
Manivores. A fucking manivore gets you. Dude, that's amazing, bro.
Yeah.
Grady, thank you for that knowledge.
Yeah.
That's the matrix to follow and broken down perfectly. Illegalness on the x-axis and altitude on the y-axis.
Correct.
And like true economics, there's probably a margin right there that works, and it won't break your bank.
Yeah.
Like, sure, the private jet model works, but not all of us can afford that.
Right.
So find something you can break into, some
Right.
sort of tower, some sort of structure.
Yeah, and it's a cheap date too. So if you're kind of poor, I think if we're
Yeah.
doing the calculus of it, the z-axis might be money,
Yeah.
but I'm not there. I can't do calculus. I'm also very poor.
Yeah.
So if you want to take a girl on a cheap date, won't cost you nothing. She'll be yours, man.
And if you're afraid of heights, you might just have to kill a guy.
Dude,
really
honestly,
illegal.
find a
Murder-
drifter. Yeah.
Yeah. Find someone, a transient.
Yeah.
Corner him. Kill him in front of someone you want to woo.
Maybe commit a white collar crime too. Maybe
Yeah.
credit card fraud.
Yeah, that's great.
Something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah. There's so many great things that you can do
Big
very low
time.
to the ground for very cheap.
Yes.
Murder's up there.
Definitely up there. Definitely, find someone who may or may not deserve it. I don't know, depending on how sick of a fuck you are.
Dude, the less I know, the better. I'll just fill in the gaps.
So true.
Yeah.
Don't ask questions ever. Shoot first and never ask any questions.
Yeah, we'll talk ourselves
just
out of it
make
later.
statements.
Yeah.
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 All right. Maybe we're not training you to be the best guys there, but what Grady said originally, I think works out. All right. Baby. Aaron, also, you met your dank ass wife through an app. Do you think this altitude to illegal ratio came into play in your relationship at all?
No.
Really?
No, we were very much on the ground, very legal.
Okay. Look.
In fact, I got a sad story for you.
Oh, I'm ready.
Uh-oh, here we go.
Senior year of high school. Apparently, this guy was having problems at home. He was in my senior class. He was climbing the light poles.
No, fell
and died.
Fuck.
My senior year.
That's something that we should say to audience members, any Danktorians listening. Maybe don't. Yeah, make sure you're of,
He
the right
went alone,
mindset.
too,
Don't go
also.
climbing structures.
Yeah.
Inebriated or anything like that. Or
Yeah, you must be drinking responsibly. Don't be
Yes.
too fucked up. You got to do these things sober.
Hydrate. Have a sobe. Maybe one of those, something, or a Arizona tea. Keep it Arizona. Something dank like
Affordable
that.
drinks.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. So.
But I feel like if that guy had a girl with him, she would have been like,
Yeah, don't do it. Honestly,
Bonding him
sometimes you
together.
just have to commit to I'm going to do it. And then they'll be like, no. And then that might be enough.
getting into the football
Assess
stadium
it.
enough is enough.
Yeah.
Even
Climbing
doing
a
something like that.
fence.
Yeah.
You climb a fence
These
that's
are
6
nice
feet
options.
tall. That's a
Yeah.
good option.
Yeah.
You know, Grady's elite. He can bust out 160 push-ups. That's elite. This is like when you watch pornos.
Mm-hmm.
When I watch pornos, I have a very small cock. I'm very bad at sex. I'm maybe a finesse bottom. When I watch pornos, these are dudes with jackhammer dicks who are athletes and performers.
Yeah.
Pausing and keeping boners between takes. It's not me. When I'm watching professional basketball, that's not how I'm supposed to do a crossover or hit a three. No.
But we can still go to the park, do a pickup game, and have a great experience.
Exactly.
So we're trying to find our way to do our level.
Exactly.
And it's everywhere. If you start looking, you'll find it everywhere.
Yes. Exactly.
Everywhere.
To thine own self be true. But then push it a little bit, you know what I'm saying? But not too much.
Yeah.
All right, baby.
What's up?
Let's get into the Mexican Revolution. Upstart has helped over 1.8 million customers on their path to financial freedom. Don't wait. Check your rate today at upstart.com/dank. Loan amounts may vary. Go to upstart.com/dank. Dude, being financially free is legit. I am, first of all, a noob. First of all, let's clear this out real quick. This is the light thing that I did. This has nothing to do with Cinco de Mayo, what we're about to talk about.
Nothing.
Cinco de Mayo is way earlier. That's with like French occupation, during the American Civil War. The colonial powers were coming over. Mexico wanted to be its own nation. They were booting out Spain. England, France is coming over. America was worried that France was going to back Mexico, and then that Mexico would back the Confederacy, and then the Union's going to collapse. So there is this crazy intersection, and there's this town of Pueblo, and that's basically where they celebrate Cinco de Mayo. It's not widespread, but in the United States it is. Maybe because Theodore Roosevelt wanted to be a good neighbor policy in the 30s. Maybe because of the Confederate thing, and we were happy that the Mexican Revolution won and occupied France from coming over to here. So that's Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah. And I think, did you say this earlier where it was like, I think Cinco de Mayo exists because we just needed a May holiday to drink?
Dude, for
and
sure.
We were like, fuck, we don't have anything.
And May's a great month.
Yeah. May's a great month, and we just needed something, top of May, get a reason to get fucked up.
100%.
That's every month we need to check in.
Reasons to get fucked up are great. That's why, Chad and JT, this is one of their causes. We need 2 4th of Julys. Like, we need more. We
Show
need
me
more,
the petition.
bro. Like,
I'm signing.
Amen, brother.
I'm signing.
So now that we've cleared that out of the way, let's get into the Mexican Revolution.
The Mexican Revolution.
If I can do a little table setting, if I may, and jump in and correct me where I'm wrong. 1910. And this takes place, it's debated. Maybe it's a 20-year process, maybe it's a 40-year process.
Yeah, they don't really have a clear thing on it. It was an ongoing thing, very nebulous.
Exactly. You have 3 big figures. We'll spend a lot of time on Pancho Villa, especially because it's with you. But basically, they're in Emmanuel Zapata, and then the other guy who becomes president, Obregón or whatever his name is, I forget. Obregón, yep.
Yeah.
But who they want to get out is basically this old world president who rigs a fucking fake election. What's his name again? It's
Diaz. Porfirio Diaz.
Porfirio Diaz. And if you picture him, he basically looks like a Russian Tsar. He's wearing one of those fucking old school uniforms.
Incredible,
with the hat.
Yeah, he couldn't look more like a villain.
Yeah, dude, 100% villain.
Yeah.
Medallions. This guy has never listened to a woman's opinion once in his life. Guaranteed. And we'll get into how women are treated, and I want to talk about this, especially with Pancho Villa. There's some stuff. So basically, this is a changing of the guard. This is the type of revolutions that's taking place in Europe and Russia right now. It's an ousting of the monarchy, and the people want to be represented.
Right.
So,
a big thing for me with this whole war, my favorite theme that I go back to, and I think it's kind of ubiquitous throughout the culture of the time, even the culture of now, but especially in this time and throughout this conflict, is the theme of being in the middle of something.
Yeah.
And when you're in the middle of something and what that does to people, and how it changes people, the choices they make in this thing, how our identities align. Because if you're in the middle of something, like Buddhism, right? The middle path is the right path. That's the righteous way to go. It's usually the right thing. A lot of life happens in the gray area. But when you take it into practice like this, people want you to draw a line in the sand, and they say, take a side. But it's really, really tough to do that. And so this whole conflict kind of begins with an identity crisis for the country. The Europeans come through. They, enter breed. Was that they mix it up with the natives?
Yes.
To create this thing called a mestizo, they call it, which is someone who is of both native and European descent to create what is essentially a Mexican, right?
Yep.
And there's a kind of a crisis with what are you? You're both of these things. Are you a native person or are you one of the Europeans? Are you one of us?
Right.
And so basically the culture evolved because these people that were in the middle had to make a choice, and they had to commit these terrible atrocities towards native people in order to be like, no, I'm on this side with the Mexican Republic. I am not native. I'm denouncing that part of me. I am this thing. And from that thing, you get a type of person that is doing horrible things to prove something. And that's where we develop this thing called Serrano Masculinity. Which is where a lot of this ego, so Porfirio Diaz, for example, and all the men involved in this story, they are infected with this Serrano masculinity that's making them push people to one edge or the other. And so Diaz, crazy, perfect villain. Everyone rises up against him. They want a free election. He rigs the election.
Yes.
From Madera, yeah.
Yep. Yeah, Francisco Madera.
Right. So Madera goes to get run against him. He rigs the election, puts Madera in prison. This guy writes a manifesto.
During the election, he's like in jail.
Yeah.
Like, that sounds fair.
Right.
It's unreal. And so you have all these revolutionaries, these men in, what's the term? It's what type of masculinity? Serrano masculinity. You have these big figures who in the beginning all have one common villain. They're like, let's fucking get rid of this dude.
Right.
But then things get more complex, and we'll get into that. Sorry to cut you off. So
no.
Yeah, so he's in fucking jail. He rigs this election.
Right.
People are like, that's fucked. He ends up having to go to like the United States. Like, he goes to Texas, San Antonio.
Yeah, he's in exile.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah.
He goes into exile. He writes a manifesto, kind of rallies the troops, and that's where you get the North and the South and the East. You get the Villa, Zapata.
Villa's
Obregón,
in the north.
Carranza.
Zapatia is like in the south.
Yeah.
And where's Obregón? I was kind of confused about him.
He kind of came in. I think he was in like the
later part, right?
Yeah, he was kind of a little bit later on, but he was kind of manning up, I think, like the eastern side a little bit, like southeastern coming in that way.
Okay.
And then he worked his way up north later on.
Yeah, and we'll get into that.
But at this part, it's mainly Villa and Zapata that were in the north and south. And then Carranza and Obregón are kind of later players.
Okay.
But regardless, they were supporting this thing. And they wipe out Diaz.
Gone.
Get him out of here. Madera gets put in. But then, coming back to the middle.
Yes, exactly.
This guy comes in, and he's not radical enough for anyone.
For the revolutionaries. And people are mad about the way there's not enough native reform. Like, he was not good to the natives, right? Like, he was sort of they described him kind of as like a constitutionalist. And he seems like the right ideal guy, but he just doesn't have this Serrano masculinity. He might not be radical.
Exactly. Yeah. He's not. He's milquetoast. He's lukewarm.
Yeah. Even though he's a revolutionary.
Right.
He's not gnarly enough.
Right. This dude wrote a manifesto and he's still not enough.
Bro, exactly. You're writing manifestos, dude. Who's not radical enough who has a manifesto?
Yeah. And that's where this thing is coming from, is these people are like, if you're not murdering and doing crazy shit, like, you're not enough for us.
Yes.
We need something. We need to be inspired. We need to be pushed to one side or the other. So now Madera, the guy that they fought for, becomes the problem.
Yep.
And then he gets fucking jacked.
Assassinated, right?
Correct.
He's fucking just later-villed.
Murked.
A lot of fucking murking going on in this story, dude.
Right. And so then we bring in Huerta. And
he's the one who's backed by the U.S.? Is he like the backed by...
Right. The American business interests were a lot more with him.
Woodrow Wilson gets involved.
Right. And that's when... And so this is where we're kind of looking at World War I.
Yes.
Down the barrel. And Woodrow Wilson, he kind of sent some guys into Mexico on...
Germany was offering to sell munitions to some revolutionaries. Yeah. So we don't want Germany partnering up getting...
Because they want to get into that landscape and they want to work their way up, because now we got to weigh in.
Yep.
So this is like huge global strategic territory.
Yeah.
But it's funny because Woodrow Wilson sends these guys in to Mexico... And they get fucked up, dude.
Big time. They get like arrested and fucking... Yeah,
dude. Villa meets him, rashes him out. And so now this whole, like, this Mexican thing, they call it the excursion. It's just an excursion.
Yeah, exactly.
Just an
marketing,
expedition.
dude. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We're just going to go check it out with guns.
No big deal. Like, we were just kind of like seeing what's up. We didn't get our ass kicked or anything. It was just a whatever, and we're just gonna head out of here. No big deal.
Great from the United States early on. We'll never admit defeats. Like Vietnam,
Never,
we lost.
dude,
Korea,
never.
we lost. This battle, we lost. Like we just go, nah, it's an excursion.
Yeah.
War on drugs, lost. Like
Yeah. We're the kid that just takes his stuff home. He's like, all right, I'm done playing for the day.
dude, big time, bro. It's hubris. But guess what?
Yeah.
Foreshadowing this is going to catch Villa in the ass too. Sorry about my fucking
1000%.
bastardization. Let's just get this out of the way.
Dude.
I took Spanish for 8 years, bro. My Spanish is always just like, Donde está biblioteca, Senora Dofo, Irabon. Like, dude, I'm just the fucking what?
Dude, that's the hard part because like I can speak a good lick of Spanish, but I never know because like when you go to a Mexican restaurant and you're ordering something, the person who goes like, "Can I get a burrito and a tostada?" And you're like, "Bro, just say burrito and tostada." Like you don't have to show out right now, but it also feels rude to say these men's names the wrong way. But like I don't know how to play it.
Totally, and it's like I feel like it's like maybe also when you're on vacation, like you're staying at a resort and people are obviously like I work at a hotel, like. I'm going to try to butter you up and get a tip or whatever and be nice. I would suspect that's what employees are doing at hotels in Mexico and stuff. But like here you have people leaving their lives in Mexico, coming here, assimilating to culture. So like us trying to wheel and deal and talking Spanish, they're just like, shut the fuck up, dude. Like, it helps them to speak English with us and learn and everything. So
Right.
Basically, we just got to shut the fuck up.
Yeah, that's pretty much the motto, I think.
Exactly,
Shut the fuck up. If I could shut the fuck up more, my life would be so much better.
Know where you're at, bro. Like, you ever go to a house party rules everywhere, dude. Know where you're at, bro. You know what I mean?
100%.
Fucking 100%. All right. Anyway, baby, we're back with these Marines land. Villa beats their ass. We got Huertas. He got assassinated.
Yep.
So now we're in the middle of something again.
Yes. And so, so basically, Pancho Villa.
Yeah, let's spend a little time on this guy.
So I'll go back because I do want to talk about the lady that raised me, Hispanic, her
100%.
father. He was a trumpet player. And he lived in Chihuahua, and he basically was just a trumpet player, mind his business. Villa rolls into town. He's rallying up his troops, and he's like, I need people for my war band. You want to come along?
Amazing.
They fucking rolled with a mariachi band into war.
No way.
And he would do this thing. He would raise 3 fingers, and then they would strike up Tres Pelones, which is like a mariachi song.
Yeah.
And then they would go fucking boinking out, just murdering it, which is crazy that he just at war, lined up against each other, 3 fingers up, mariachi band starts playing, and then the cavalry runs.
And that was his thing. He had a cavalry. That was his big.
That was his thing.
A
That's
very
bread and butter.
skilled horse riding, like super skilled,
like best in the world type
region. Yeah.
Like,
at the time,
like Mongolian level, like expertise.
Exactly. These guys were gnarly, dude. And dude, that's so fierce. Just imagine hearing that thundering of the hooves, dude. And then that, like, it sounds relaxing, but if you know it's battle and in context, and you hear that, dude, you're
the whole concept of like music playing during war too is like the drummer boys and everything. Like that's insane to me. Like, what if we still had that,
dude? Yeah, bro, be so gnarly, dude. Just going in with AKs, just
You're in Afghanistan, Skrillex is dropping in, dude. Like DJs, like they're like, oh fuck you. Like all the soldiers dropping Molly before they go in. They're like, dude, let's fucking go. Yeah, that'd be like the modern guy. Like you get Adele on the track, dude.
Dude, fucking Akon's gonna sing the hook here.
Yeah.
Dude,
we had Usher at the Osama bin Laden assassination.
He just DJs that.
You will always be my
Dude, SEAL Team 6. There's actually SEAL Team 7. One's just the guy who's fucking works the aux cord and the fucking Black Hawk. Dude, I mean, George Miller has this right with his futuristic battles in fucking Fury Road. He's got the fucking weird ass
dude, yes,
playing the bass, which like that's true. Like that's I get people riled up. It gets you amped up.
It gives us wings, dude. It lifts the heart of men, man.
And it's fearsome. Dude. It's scary. You hear that shit?
Yeah. What am I gonna do?
Yeah.
What am I gonna do?
Fuck that, dude. It's unifying. It's like there's this force coming for me. You hear poundings of the drum in the distance. You're a village, dude. Like, fuck. So, that's terrifying.
So this army, they're extremely well skilled. They have
the terrain.
An incredible background score. They do know the terrain.
Mm-hmm.
They fuck up the Americans. They drive them back.
Mm-hmm.
And then Villa takes it personal. Mm-hmm. And he goes into New Mexico and he kills a bunch of Americans.
Yeah, like 17 citizens, like not even soldiers.
Yes, because he's like, fuck these guys. Mm-hmm. Do you know who I am? Mm-hmm. Do you know what I'm capable of? And he and he picks the wrong fight, perhaps.
Yes, and at this point, maybe we were selling munitions to an Obregon at this point or something like that.
Right,
Like he's
to
in the story.
Carranza and Obregon and the Huerta whole thing, like that whole situation,
Yeah.
we were backing them.
Yes.
We were selling them, but then we would conveniently leave our munitions behind
Yes.
for them to find and pick up.
Yes, something that we would then set a precedent for decades
Correct.
in these Central and South American
Correct.
countries. Yeah.
And so Villa starts acting out. He does this thing, and that's when all the bros, the original revolutionary bros, now it becomes pick your side. Who are you? What are you made of? How do you know?
So once again, you're not even in this. This is like Serrano Masculinity revisited now.
Right.
What's your identity? Maybe it's not based on race now. But now it's based on which general are you backing, basically.
Right.
And okay.
And it's also, are you going to step up and fight me?
Yeah.
So this is actually a little sidebar. I got a friend, she teaches in San Diego, which you spend a lot of time in San Diego.
Fucking love it.
So she teaches kind of like in like Chula Vista area.
Yeah.
And so there's a ton of gang activity.
Yeah.
And she was telling me something interesting about a lot of her students are like gang members and things like that. And so she's really sweet. She'll sit down and talk with them and just kind of hash it out. And they were like, they go, the Mexican gangs, our thing, they go, if you're going to do, we don't do drive-bys. We have to make sure if you're going to shoot someone, both your feet have to be on the ground.
Whoa.
Which is kind of, it feels like a offspring of that thing of,
Yeah.
I'm going to put both feet on the ground. I'm going to look you in the eye and shoot you. I'm not going to do a drive-by. And that's
Yeah.
like a rule of theirs. And if you don't do that, your own gang members will be like, you're getting boked. Like you didn't put your
there's
feet
no
on the ground.
honor.
You're done. Yeah.
And we do love this sort of honor among thieves. And like, it's all bad. You shouldn't steal and kill people.
100% no.
But we love code. At least it's not like
You
the
shouldn't
Wild
steal and kill
West.
people unless you're on a date.
Yeah, exactly. Unless you're using the Matrix rule. In that case, yes.
Yes.
Draft a manifesto on your first date. I think there needs to be a lot of change.
Yeah.
And just have her read a draft.
Yeah.
of yours.
This is not a love letter.
Yeah.
This is a manifesto.
As you're downing coffees, just order 8 espresso shots.
Yeah. So this is a thing. So this is basically Pancho Villa saying, he goes, I'm going to put both feet on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Obregon, I'm coming after you, man.
Yep. Let's fucking go.
I'm going to fuck you up.
And at this point, he is never lost a battle. He
No.
has the superior force.
Uh-huh.
He has his cavalry. He may have hubris because of this.
1,000%.
And like we mentioned earlier, Obregon now has more modern weapons. World War I tested
He's got
machine guns.
Machine guns. He's got this trench warfare thing going on, and that brings us into the Battle of Celaya.
Yes.
And Pancho makes this is his heel turn, and he charges at Obregon's forces for like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
There's a few battles of Celaya that kind of all blend together.
Yeah.
And so he makes those rushes on Obregon. They actually, they relentlessly, the cavalry, they lose a bunch of people. They're just getting mowed down by machine guns.
Yeah, like 2,000.
Right. And so then they kind of break them a little bit. And then they kind of fall back because then they get overpowered. And at first, what seems like a defeat for Obregon, he goes, oh no, he goes, let's feign the defeat.
Yep.
Because that'll make Pancho charge even harder.
Exactly.
Outplays him, plays him for his ego. The classic tug of war, everyone lets go at once kind of thing.
He goes in, has his hubris, and says, we've got him on the run.
Yeah. And then so Pancho rides in, loses a ton of people.
Yeah. They did say, like, in that article you sent, which was great, they're like, his riders were so skilled that, like, they almost did hop the barbed wire and, like, break the lines.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's modern weaponry.
Which is crazy, being on a horseback with, like, musket kind of bullshit.
Yeah.
And then
It's fucking
almost
nuts.
beating an army of machine guns.
Crazy.
Unreal.
I'm just
Insane.
envisioning that, like, fucking charge from Last Samurai. You know what I mean? Where
Dude.
it's just, like,
It's exact.
so
Yes.
gnarly.
Yes.
And he just keeps pouring men at it. But that's the first battle. Then he regroups, bro.
Yeah.
He, like, goes back. He loses, like, 2,000 guys. He gets more dudes.
Which is crazy, losing 2,000 guys.
Yeah. And horses. And,
Yeah.
like, they say the battlefield was just slicked with blood and slippery and became more challenging
Yeah.
after each.
And it was raining a lot. And so this is
Yeah.
just like a fucking mess, dude. It's crazy. Like, can you imagine? And then I think of the lady who raised me, her father. I think of him because he eventually switched from trumpeter to soldier. He gets caught up in the life, you know, he's killing people now.
Of course.
Imagine being just, and this is probably all soldiers forever, the things these people have seen,
Insane.
the things that they've gone through. The most exciting thing, like I went to a speakeasy bar a couple weeks ago, And I like, you had to do like a little password, you had to do the whole thing. And I was like, this is crazy. This is so exciting. I told my grandpa about it. He's like, I don't give a fuck. He's like,
Exactly, bro.
I'm like, this is the most exciting part of my life is that I went to a speakeasy bar.
Exactly. I felt tricked. Grandpa, I felt tricked for a moment.
They really thought they had me. They had me on their toes, but I came and I
exactly.
flanked him at the door. I gave the right password that time, paid him $15.
Dude,
I got right in.
Exactly.
And he's like, yeah, we had the Koreans on their toes too.
Bro, 100%.
And my best friend died in my arms.
Yeah, I was at Incheon and fucking got blitzed by the Chinese. In the middle of the night, freezing cold November.
Like, and
bro.
this is what these people are going through. This is their real life. Insane how much of a bitch I am. But
no, we're all bitches, dude. Like, there's no question, like, the frailty of modern man, I've heard this somewhere, but it was like, walk barefoot on some rocks. like go to the beach. Like, there's fucking T Street in San Clemente. I always remember going there. And like, you know, I'm not some noob, bro. I'm not going to wear my sandals. You know, I have them for when I need to drive.
Yeah,
I get
you don't
pulled
want to
over.
kook out.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not going to kook out, bro. So, but you have to cross over the train tracks over some little rocks to get to actually to the sand. And every time you're like, it's, dude, it hurts so much. Like, like maybe
impossible to look cool.
Dude, the closest dude to like any guy from like 100 or 200 years ago, like maybe Laird Hamilton, dude. Like, I don't know. He's pretty sick.
I mean, now, but the thing now, what do you think? I mean, the Liver King thing, right? He's kind of on that,
He's
like,
pretty elite.
modern man. But
honestly, dude, it's probably some dude who's just like an auto mechanic. And like
that's what I think. Because the
it's
Liver
probably
King,
like
he lives in like a
him.
mansion. He goes in these trains.
Yeah.
He's like, I eat liver. I'm a real man.
Yes.
I'm like, dude.
Dude, it's probably just still modern migrant workers. Like, these are the real...
1,000%, dude.
You know?
I used to work construction, and these guys, they could fix anything. They could build anything. They could MacGyver. Like, we'd be building like a garage.
Yes.
And they would be like, all right, this wood's good. We ran out of nails, but we can actually like heat this plastic and then throw in some dirt, and these will just work just fine as nails.
100%.
And you're like, what? How did you figure that out? They're like, we invented it like 3 weeks ago.
So gnarly, dude.
And you're like, holy shit. Yeah. And they just don't say a word. They get like all their work done. They go to bed, wake up, take care of their families.
Fucking beasts.
Honorable men.
Fucking
Those
beasts.
are the real guys, dude. And they're eating fucking whatever they want.
Exactly. It's not some... Like, we always celebrate actors where we're like, dude, fucking Leo DiCaprio acting in the cold. It's like, yeah, dude, I'd be cold for fucking $20 million too, dude. Be sick. I might not deliver the lines well, but yeah, bro. No, I get it. Or I don't get it, but it's definitely... We're getting softer as the years go on because we got so many creature comfort. We have a little phone that tells me everything I need.
Right.
We have all this stuff.
And it comes with a lot of emotional understanding. Like, these men were also very broken. They probably like had a lot of problems and
For
vices and things
sure.
like that. So there's
Boozing.
the give and take. Yeah. There's the give and take of what like a man means, which is that's part of this whole thing, right? Is like, we're maybe in the middle of this thing, but we feel like we have to pick a side. Why?
You know what I love a definition of a man, and this comes from the film, JT talked about this with me, the Michael Mann film, Collateral.
Okay.
You see like a reference to a bull a lot, and this, you know, in every man exists a bull, you know, that wants to go fuck, that wants to go fight, whatever.
Right.
Maybe not me so much. I'm very soft.
Right.
But there's still a little tinge of that. Can we tame the bull? I feel like a man tames that bull, becomes civil, reacts, and can, you know, utilize that if he has to.
Yeah. You know what I think about it? You know the story of Ferdinand the Bull?
No.
Dude, it's like a kid's story. Ferdinand the Bull, big, powerful bull. But the only thing my grandpa used to call me Ferdinand as a kid. He goes, because the only thing Ferdinand the Bull wanted to do was sit under a tree and just smell flowers. So he's this like powerful bull, born into this skin, born into this expectation, could have done anything he wanted. And I think he did actually go into a ring and like win or something, but he was like so mad about it.
Yeah.
But he just wanted to chill under the tree and sniff flowers. And is he any less a bull than any other bull? No, he's a bull.
Exactly.
He just has a different preference.
I love that. That's almost like...
It's beautiful.
I love that. That's kind of like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, where like he's the man.
Dude.
He dominated his sport, but dude, everything interesting about him is beyond basketball.
Right.
He's
Thoughtful,
fucking
eloquent
genius.
writer.
Yeah.
Incredible perspective.
He wrote on Veronica Mars. Like,
Right.
He was in the writer's room. You imagine 7 foot Kareem?
I didn't know that.
I
That's
went to go
incredible.
see Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy. Fucking dude, boring ass. It's actually a good ass movie, but I was not in the mood to see it. No, it was Corey Helenis. Even worse. It's in iambic pentameter. It's like Ray Fiennes' passion project. Kareem just fucking engaged, bro, in the theater, and you're not gonna miss Kareem. He's 7 feet tall.
1,000%. Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, dude, back to these characters. We're talking larger than life characters.
Right.
Which Pancho Villa is.
100%.
Now, we have to talk about this. People talk about the atrocities of war, and of course, he's in the middle of something.
Right.
You know, there's things saying, "Oh, we need to go like fucking, raped these women in these villages and all these things to assert our power. And it's just terrible, but we can't shy away from that. We have to say like these atrocities would happen and on both sides.
Right.
Unfortunately.
And so that's what happens is Villa loses at the Battle of Celaya to Obregón. And then he just goes on this war path. And so now he starts thinking, I need to secure all of my land. And the Division del Norte was what they were. He was in charge of the North, Chihuahua region specifically. And so he goes, I need to secure my land. I need to make sure that everyone here is on my side. Because a lot of soldiers after Celaya, they jumped sides. Because they were like, Villa's seeing red. He's lost his edge. He doesn't know what he's fighting for anymore.
He's no longer this tactician who's brilliant.
Correct. He's on a war path. And so Villa, in his insecurity, he says, well, we got to lock up what we got. We got to make sure that everyone's locked in. So he heads to Namaquipa. He goes into this small town in Chihuahua, but that was very strategically placed as far as its proximity to the border, its area in the mountains. And when he gets there, he finds that all the men in that town have banded together against him, and they have they fled to the mountains knowing that Villa was coming to come after them. So Villa, he says, you guys are cowards. You're weak. You've abandoned your town. You're trying to preserve yourselves to fight me later. You should have met me. You should have put your feet on the ground, dude. And you didn't. So I'm going to fuck this place up.
Yeah.
And that's when he sets the town on fire. They round up the women. They commit horrible atrocities here. One of Villa's own generals. He's the only reason I think it stopped. I forget his name.
Maybe Angeles. I think Angeles was big in the Battle of
yeah, he was.
Yeah. Maybe it could have been a different general in this.
I forget who it was. But he kind of stops the thing. But by that point, Villa
he's done the deed.
He's crossed the Rubicon, as you'd say.
Yes.
He's too far gone.
Jumped the shark here.
Most definitely. Yeah. But it's interesting though that when people reflect on Villa, he's still like this kind of mythical war hero.
He's like celebrated,
in a way. But so he does this, and then he engages with the Solidaras, which are the female soldiers in the war. And so basically, these women were very important in the war because they were more than just World War II victory gardens, the home front, women holding down the fort, doing their thing. These women were not only doing that, but they were also defending and fighting in that way.
Beasts.
But the thing is, Serrano Masculinity gets involved. And you say, well, you're a woman. What is your place? Who are you supposed to be? You want to fight? You want to do both of these things? You want to care for the family, take care of the town, and go fight? No, pick one. But these women, then they were pulling numbers too. They were doing good.
Yeah.
But then the men that got involved, they said, well, we could be doing better if you weren't doing both.
Fragile egos.
Right.
Fragile.
Right. And so Villa takes that personally as well.
Yep.
Fucks them up. I think he got like 90 of them. In one place. I think it was like Veracruz or something like that. And so now people have abandoned this guy, and it's coming to the end for Pancho Villa.
A United States wants him dead.
Yeah.
He ends up going, I don't know where he ends up going, but he fucking, but basically, but circling back to this battle real quick, that loss, Pancho Villa could have been president.
Yeah.
If he wins that, like he could have gone on to run Mexico.
He was the governor of Chihuahua.
Yeah. It was basically whoever wins that battle, that turning point is going to go on to lead, and Obregón comes out, and Obregón ends up becoming the leader.
Yeah.
So, and I think Zapatista's guy, like he ends up.
Well, then Carranza got it.
Oh yeah. Does Carranza get on board?
Carranza ended up, I think he was like ultimo hombre there.
Okay.
Yeah.
But he was backing him, and then who else got assassinated? Pancho Villa gets murdered.
Zapata got assassinated.
Okay, because he had to go. He was a challenger.
Yeah, he got assassinated, and then.
But he did align himself with the winners, Obregón, and.
Yeah, he kind of went a little tangential to it, but I think they got him out before he was anywhere else because he was again probably in the middle. He was this thing, he was that thing. What are we doing? We don't want nothing in the middle here.
Yeah, we don't want to repeat this other bloody battle that we had in the north. Let's just take out the guy.
We got to get rid of him.
Yeah.
Boke him.
So he gets boked. Pancho Villa later gets boked.
Yeah.
Wait, what's his line that he said?
Dude, he's in the car with his security detail, rolling through town. The car just gets shot up, Bonnie and Clyde style. One security guard survives, and he looks over to Pancho, who's bleeding out. And Pancho's last words, as he looks at the security guard, he goes, "Tell them I said something." Dies.
Amazing. Thinking about his image in the very last moment, dude.
Yes.
Isn't that just crazy?
Tell them I said something. Dude, broken. He had relinquished his power at one point, but now he was going to visit, they think, some kind of cousin. This great man, at one point in charge of the most powerful cavalry, coming from his, from nothing, a farmhand, to the governor of Chihuahua, almost the president of Mexico, and he can't think of anything when he's dying. The pressure.
Yeah.
Tell them I said something. I need a ghostwriter for my last words.
Yeah, exactly, bro. He's trying to think of a good joke. Yeah. Oh, major look.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, so
Dude, crowd work so bad for him. Yeah.
Exactly, bro. He can't do 10 minutes in Tempe, bro.
No way,
Come on,
dude.
15 and 20 minutes in Tempe, baby. Let's go.
Yeah, dude, how fucked up was the security guard, too, to be like, no, this is what he said.
Yeah, exactly. I like that he kept it real, dude. He's like, fuck this guy, dude.
Yeah.
Almost got me shot.
Yeah.
It can be hard to see the light at the end of the tunnel when you have high interest debt. And sometimes it can be even harder to ask for help. That's where Upstart comes in. Dude, I'm always fired up to ask for help, dude. Ask, you shall receive, bro. Say goodbye to high interest credit card debt is one of the first steps toward financial independence. But the interest month after month can feel like you're in a never-ending hamster wheel. That's where Upstart comes in. Dude, it's chill to have a hamster as a pet, but you do not want to be that hamster in the wheel, dude. And you want to get rid of that and pay down your high interest debt. All online. You do Upstart with a simple and easy to understand payment terms. So, they consider factors when they're, giving you your credit score and everything. They consider factors like your income, employment, and other information provided in your loan application to find you a smart rate for your loan. You can check your rate in minutes for loans $1,000 to $50,000 without impacting your credit score, dude. So don't wait and check your rate today at upstart.com/dank. That's upstart.com/dank to check your rate today. Don't forget to use our URL to let them know I sent you, dude. Okay. Loan amounts will be determined based on your credit, income, and certain other information provided in your loan application. Go to upstart.com/dank. Dude, that's so gnarly. Okay. So what else do we have? What are we missing? I mean, basically, you have these other battles that go on for maybe 15 more years.
And that's the thing. It drags out forever. Dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But basically change did occur. It left the monarchy system.
Yeah.
And you have these revolutions which have like stages, right? Where it's like this noble cause, let's help out the people, the small man.
Right.
You get some nobles that, help out and people are teaming up against this aristocracy. Then you get these major players who come in and it becomes ego. And then who's going to be now it's a power play after you've ousted that. That's where things get gross.
Right.
And at the end of the day, the real losers are the people that die and the women and the civilians. And
that's what's crazy, man.
But I guess change came about that was good and necessary. But change is tough.
Most definitely, dude. But then it's funny too. Like I think about again, just going back to like identity is so important, right? Mm-hmm. And who we are, who are we, and how do we know, right?
Totally.
There's a Marcus Aurelius quote. It's like, who is God and how do I know? And I was listening to a podcast and this lady was talking about her mantra, and she took that quote and changed it to who am I and how do I know?
Yeah.
And that's something that she checks in with herself like every day. Who am I? How do I know? And so when I think of this revolution, the people involved, the people, the side players, then now an entire culture, and you can do it for America, you can do it for anyone. Who am I? How do I know? How much choice did I have in that thing?
Yeah.
What is this thing like that I learned from my dad that I haven't unlearned yet?
Totally.
What is this thing I learned from the lady who raised me, really? Mama Stella. What do I get from her?
Yeah.
Who am I? What elite, like it's insane. And then you look at the Russia and the Ukraine thing, you look at really any fucking war ever. Mm-hmm. Who are these people? How do we know?
Yeah. The youth, the young minds.
Yeah.
That are being influenced. Like there's a reason enlisting age is 18. That's an impressionable mind. Dude. And you're constantly evolving, right? Like you do have to recheck in. Who am I? What do I know?
Dude.
As the more information you get, right?
I think about Pancho Villa rolling to town, picking up, Mr. Bonda over here, the trumpeter, right?
Yeah.
I watched Top Gun when I was in high school. I damn near went to West Point because of it.
Yeah, bro, exactly, dude.
I got so fucked up and caught up in this thing.
It'd be sick. I want a motorcycle. I want to fucking chill.
I want to be this guy. I want to go be a hero.
You want to be Goose.
Right. Dude, honestly, Meg Ryan, I'll take her.
Yeah, for sure.
If I could have Meg Ryan for 4 to 5 years
and doing what you love,
dude,
let's go.
I'll sign that I'll sign that any day of the week. Take me out of here.
Go, dude. Ripping
Yeah.
it on the piano, dude.
Dude.
Playing a little Jerry Lee Lewis, a little creepy, but let's go.
Fuck, dude.
So sick. Yeah, it's true. Who do you idolize? Who are the idols? And who is burdened by that? And it's crazy. And Pancho Villa probably had no problem taking young men and putting them in his ranks because he started at 15. He had to like go kill some dude who was pervy on his sister.
Yes, that's why he started. It was a revenge mission. He starts from this ego thing that gets lost and you make it noble. Pat Tillman, same thing.
Yeah.
He joins the military after 9/11, gets there,
Noble cause.
Realizes, oh my God.
This is a PR fucking
Correct.
thing. I love Pat Tillman's brother too, man.
Dude, at
and
his
the dad and
speech,
that whole family, the
bro,
Tillmans, bro.
They are incredible people.
That's a
they
great
are incredible
family.
people. That if you can watch the HBO doc, the Tillman story, watch it.
Yeah.
Watch it. It is so good.
Yeah.
It is
it's amazing.
It changed my life personally. It's what I watched that when I was a junior in high school, and that's what completely flipped the way that I perceived the world, the kind of curiousness that I wanted to have.
Yeah.
It was the beginning of who am I, how do I know, what do I want to learn, what critical thinking. This guy, it's
Amen,
incredible.
Baby. That's the premier skill. Listening and critically thinking, dude.
Yes.
Part of listening.
And so that's, but you know, and then he gets there. Yeah. So it's, dude, we got to do a Tillman episode now.
Baby,
now I'm getting fired up on Tillman.
Baby, I'm fired up. Baby, all right. Well, what do you say we answer a few cues, then bone out? That's a nice brief overview. Is there anything that we need to miss or? I
don't know. I think we covered the big battles, the politics, the men involved, the egos involved. I think we nailed it.
There's obviously tons of nuance and look into it, but like this is going to get you conversationally equipped and spark some interest. That's always what we want to do. Pique some interest, do some diving, read some books, baby. You know what I mean? Kiss some babies, shake some hands. All right, baby, let's go. Let's hear.
Let's go. I'm ready.
Let's start out with a massive shout out for legit GF. How does that sound, dude?
I love it.
What up, Strider and Maestro of Sticks, Aaron, dude. Longtime listener of History's Dank, Going Deep, and Joe Code. Your squad constantly brings the vibe. So let's go, baby. Let's go, baby. I'm writing to ask for a big shout out to an amazing girlfriend who just finished a long semester of organic chemistry and other tough science classes. She's a total babe who powered through lots of academic adversity and got it all done this semester. I'm so proud of what she's accomplished, and I know you feel the same way about your Dank GFF. Dude, that's my freaking Dank ass fiance. In her color coordinated bookshelf. Thank you. P.S. We're taking a trip to Paris soon. Got any tips on how to make a nice romantic time with her? What activities can I organize to give optimal quality couple time? Here we go. First of all, fired up on the shout out. Thank you, my dog. Big time shout out.
Good boy.
Let's see. This is from Jackson. I don't see in here. Did he say his GF's name? Anyway, shout out to your dank ass GF, Jackson. All right, traveling to Paris. Grady, you're going to Paris. Any trip? Do you have any advice? I mean, I love this. Okay, we have the altitude illegal thing.
Most definitely.
But also, what are we going to do? I mean, I think for me, if I'm in Paris, I want to get a nice bottle of Bordeaux and a slice of French bread and just be like, what I would do is have your trip planned. You're going to go to the Louvre. Of
course.
But have a day for no plans.
Most definitely.
That's your plan.
Let's do some jazz in the day.
Yes.
Let's improv, dude. Let's see if something piques our interest. Let's walk that way.
Thank you.
Let's go on the river. Let's go into a restaurant.
Spread my butt and sit on a crepe. You know what I mean? Let's go.
Yes.
When it's still warm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I in Paris, my favorite memory that I had, because you do the big touristy stuff, you do all that kind of stuff.
Got to do it.
My favorite thing that I did was honestly you get like your macaroons, you get like your bread, you get some nice snacks, you get a bottle of wine, you head over to the lawn, the Eiffel Tower at night, because they light that shit up, you know, it sparkles up.
Let's go.
And I met up with a friend that I met at the hostel, a lovely little lady, probably not as dank as your dank ass GF, but regardless, company.
Exactly. Thank you.
And we sat, we drank our wine, and we just watched that tower light up. And it was very low to the ground. It was very legal. But goddamn, if it wasn't just like surreal. Paris is a city. When you are in Paris, it's like when you see a celebrity in real life and you're like, I know you. I know the curves of your face. I know what you look like. I've seen you before, but I know nothing about you. That's what being underneath that Eiffel Tower is like. It's like watching Brad Pitt eat a steak.
Dude, and I would love to see that. I would pay good money to see that.
I would pay a lot of money. Twitch stream that thing, dude.
Yes.
I'm dropping.
I would pay-per-view that. Let's go. Great advice. Bottle of Bordeaux. Take your lady there. Nice little picnic outing. Enjoy the city.
A nighttime
Honestly,
picnic.
Waiter, I'll take this boner to go. Thank you. Okay, here we go. Let's just do one more, then let's bone out, baby. Let's keep it high and tight. Dude, you're an absolute beast, man. If you bros ever do a show in Florida, I'll be there. Okay, never mind. This is not one. This is just my dog. This is a report that we have. Alex, you're a beast. I'll email you back. Let's see. Okay, advice. Feeling stretched thin. No. Let's see. I think I've got one in my fucking DMs here. Let me see.
Go for it.
In the meantime, I mean, it's been fire. Grady, you're the fucking man, dude.
Dude, you're the man. Can I ask you a question between while we're looking for advice?
Yeah, 100%. This would be great.
When you're in the drill factory,
yes,
there's something that we're not really taught that we kind of have to find on our own.
Yeah.
How are you finishing when you're drilling?
Oh, looking at myself in the mirror.
Dude.
Eye contact with myself.
Dude.
Hand on the mirror, so I have Windex ready. Just hand on the mirror, and then just,
Dude.
Then I look at myself and
because
I'm checking in. Maybe I'm honestly subconsciously checking in with your mantra of who am I?
How do I know? I'm going to show myself.
Right when I'm nutting, because then I want to tap into that clarity immediately. And if I like the look I see in my eye, I know I'm happy.
I'm going to call that the multiversal finish, dude.
Yes.
You're in the multiverse in that finish.
100%. 100%.
1,000%.
But yeah, how do you finish in a drill? That's true, you know.
Everyone does it different. We never learn how to do it.
Yeah,
our dads don't sit us down and they're not like, "Hey, son, here's how you should jerk off."
Yeah,
you have to find it for yourself.
And it's you, because it's your experience. Yeah. There's probably a few wrong ways. Don't hit it, you know.
Maybe that's not the old fire starter there, dude.
Hey, maybe that's good.
Hey, whatever floats your boat.
You've got enough lubrication, sure,
dude. Every one of my friends that I know all have a different way of doing it.
Yeah,
and to hear just gain a new perspective. True curiosity.
Back in my younger man days, my laptop days, left hand mouse with the right hand. Because I was a little bit quicker with the right hand.
Ambidextrous.
Yes.
Whoa.
Just a true savage. Whoa. Just taking in media.
Dude.
All right, here we go. Let's do this one. Then we'll
I'm ready.
Yo, Master of Matrimony, quick question. About to drop a gap year before law school. Do you have any advice how to spend a year just trying to chase the stoke? I mean, dude. The fact that Grady's here with this type of question, I mean, bro. I mean, dude, you got to, some you time, speaking of the drill factory. I mean, of course you think travel, but you're going to save some money too. I don't know if you're breaking the bank. Become a tourist in your own hometown, read a good book and, just take some time de-stressing. Hit the fucking gym, listen to some good tunes, visit friends.
Most definitely.
Because you're going to be bogged down, especially at L1.
Right. L1, dude. So yeah, travel's big. Definitely consider a trip. You could do like a European trip for kind of cheap. I did a solo backpack of Europe for I think it was like $1,200 for like a month and a half, no holds barred, just do whatever you want.
That's not bad. That's rent for
it's not
month.
Bad, yeah. So you could do something like that, but you're gone for a year. So maybe you do a couple trips. Exploring America is great, fine. And traveling, learn a hobby.
Yeah,
get a new skill.
Great.
Get a new skill. I don't know what part of the world you're in. But if you want to learn a language, if you want to pick up surfing, if you want to get an instrument, that's that solo time that you spend with yourself, learning something new.
I think that's great. I think because get a part-time job in a city by a lake.
Whoa.
Get like a summer job.
Go to work at a resort or something.
Yes.
Go to Yellowstone, work in the stables.
Yes. Do something like that.
I did a thing.
Call.
I went to Catalina Island.
Sick.
In between. I took a semester and a half off of school, and I went to Catalina and worked there. I got to learn how to dive. I got to learn all about the ocean.
Skills.
Yeah, it's just skills. It's outdoors. You meet new people you'd never meet. Talk to everyone you can.
Yep.
But because once you go to law school, you're gonna have no fucking time.
No,
you're not gonna be able to
buying shampoo and conditioner in one to save time.
Yeah, maybe learn something that'll help you de-stress during law school too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like jacking off well.
Yeah, dude. Left-handed.
Yeah.
Right hand on the computer.
Yeah. Baby, I love that. Grady, fucking beast,
dog,
bro.
dude.
Thank you so much, dude. This was so sick, dude. I'm fired up. You got to come back, and we're doing Tillman, dude.
We're doing Tillman.
Maybe we get the Parster in here for that too, because
I think
he's fired up on Tillman, and I'm stoked, dude. Thank you so much for coming in, dude.
Thank you for having me.
Such a sick ep. Aaron, you're a fucking beast. As always, questions, comments, suggestions, StriderWilsonShreds@gmail.com. Check out the Patreon and stay stoked. Dank Torians.
Dank Torians out.
Dude.